Like, this can only end in disaster. There is no way. What is going on, guys? It is your girl Dax, and welcome back to the channel. We are back with another episode of Volume 1 Reviews, where I take the first volume in a series of manga and review it for your viewing pleasure. Today we will be talking about My Love Mix-Up. It is a shoujo romance comedy about Aoki, who borrows an eraser from his crush Hashimoto. And it gets a little twisty. So Aoki borrows this eraser from Hashimoto, who is his crush, and he sees that Hashimoto has written Ida's name on it. Now Ida sits in front of Aoki, right? So he's doing his work, yada yada blah blah blah, and he drops the eraser. So Ida, being the person that he is, tries to get it for him and notices his name on the eraser. Now Ida obviously is thinking that this eraser belongs to Aoki, so now Ida thinks that Aoki has a crush on him, when in actuality Hashimoto, the girl across from both of them, has a crush on him. So you have Aoki has a crush on Hashimoto, Hashimoto has a crush on Ida, and Ida thinks that Aoki has a crush on him. So we have a triangle of sorts, and it is just a hot mess. This story is so convoluted, but in order for obviously a story like this to work, it has to be. It is solely based upon miscommunication on all fronts and nobody clearing the air. And to be honest with you, it is pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do plan on picking up volume 2 as soon as it drops. I think it is January 4th, and I'll tell you later why I am so set on getting volume 2 over in the spoiler section of the review. I really enjoy the artwork in this, especially the little dreamy moments. Like, let me see if I can find one. You have like just clean, just nice. I love that. If the story wasn't so crazy, I would say that these characters feel very real by the way that they're drawn. The first one I showed you was Ida. This one is Aoki. I can get in there real good. And then let me see if I can find a nice picture of old Hashimoto. And that right there is our girl Hashimoto. I also absolutely love how the cover is sideways. I don't see that often or ever. I don't think I have any manga where the artwork is sideways, and it really works for the scene because they're at desks, so I really enjoy that. I really recommend this to anybody who wants a nice little heartfelt, silly rom-com story. This is way outside of my seinen taste, but I really enjoyed myself with this volume. Now granted, you have to get over the fact that if everybody would stop for 2 seconds and clear the air, that all of this stuff would be avoided. You got to get over that. I had to get over that because I'm like, why is this happening? Why is this spiraling so out of control? Just say something. No. Throw logic out the window, okay? Throw logic out the window and you will love this. Alright, it is now time to go into the spoiler territory. I need a spoiler territory song or some kind of segue moment. I'll figure it out. But if you don't want this manga to be spoiled for you as far as the first volume is concerned, now is your time to like and subscribe and skedaddle. You see how I did that? If you don't mind at all, then stick around and we're going to talk about it. Alright, so we've established that Ida has the eraser and sees his name on it and thinks that Aoki likes him. So he starts to panic internally, and side note, I absolutely love Ida. He is hands down my favorite character in this entire story. So Aoki starts to panic because he's like, oh snap, he saw the eraser, he thinks it's my eraser, I'm not gay, what are we supposed to do, you know? But then he notices that Ida doesn't say anything to him, so he thinks maybe, just maybe he didn't see his name on the eraser. So we switch over to Ida's point of view, and he in fact has seen the eraser and he is just going crazy. But on the inside, don't panic, which I appreciate. So he's trying to figure out how Aoki could possibly have a crush on him. They've never really hung out with each other. They've only talked to each other a handful of times, so he's not understanding where the attraction's coming from. So he's thinking back on moments like he shared an umbrella with him when it was raining one time. He pointed out that his shirt was misbuttoned one time. So Ida's like, maybe he was just being nice to me because he actually, you know, had a thing for me. But we as the reader knows that no, Aoki's just a nice guy, you know, and that's just stuff that he does for people. So we switch back over to Aoki's point of view, and he notices that Ida's like thinking a little too hard about what's going on.
Danger! Assistance! Assistance! Danger!
Even if he didn't say anything to him directly. So Aoki decides that he doesn't want Ida to get the wrong impression. He doesn't want any drama. He doesn't want any confusion. So he decides to pull him to the side and ask to see him after class.
We need to talk.
And Ida's like, we can't talk right now, like in public, amongst friends, around everybody. We gotta go outside. We gotta talk after class. And Aoki's just like, no, just meet me after class on the rooftop. I'll talk to you then. So after class is out, Hashimoto comes over to Aoki and is like, hey, can I get my eraser back, right? And she's super nervous and is like, oh, by the way, you didn't see what was written on my eraser, did you? Obviously, he's seen what's written on the eraser. He's had it the entire class period. Come on, girl. He saw it. I saw it. You saw it. Like, we all saw it. So Hashimoto begs Aoki to keep it a secret. She doesn't want Ida to know that she has a thing for him, you know. Just keep it on the low.
Keep it on the hush hush, though.
She thinks that Ida's out of her league, so she doesn't say anything to Ida about it. So she just wants to admire him from afar. Aoki, who has the crush on Hashimoto, is like, out of his league? Girl, you tripping. You out of your mind. But okay, if you don't want him to know, I'm not going to say anything to him. Your secret is safe with me. Don't worry about it. I can 110% relate, so it's A-okay, right? So now she's all excited. She's like, oh, you like somebody too? That's super sweet. I'm rooting for you. Go out there and get your girl, you know? And Aoki's like, yeah, that's cool, but I can't. Well, he's thinking this in his mind, like, I can't get my girl because my girl's got a crush on another guy. So what am I supposed to do, you know? But he doesn't say anything. He just promises to keep her secret. And he heads off to the rooftop to go meet with Ida. So now we are switching point of views to Ida's perspective, and he's up on the roof waiting for Aoki, and he's just up there contemplating, and he is just in disbelief that a guy could actually like him. So Aoki makes it to the roof, and since he's just promised Hashimoto to keep her secret, now he can't really say anything to Ida about the whole situation, so he just says, hey, just don't tell anybody about the eraser, don't bring it up, let's just pretend it never happened, right? And Ida's like, I had no intentions on bringing it up to anybody, you know? But let's not pretend like your feelings aren't valid.
What?
And Aoki's like, I'm sorry, say what? He's like, yeah, you know, you don't have to suppress your feelings. I'm not into you. It's not my thing, but I'm also, you know, not going to be a jerk about the situation. So don't feel the need to suppress your feelings, but just know that I can't date you. So now Aoki's like, what am I supposed to do?
The big misunderstanding.
Alright, so we fast forward to the next day, and Aoki is up on the rooftop eating his lunch when a bird comes by and just swoops his sandwich away, right? And he climbs on the railing to try to, you know, catch the bird for whatever reason. I guess he thought that was going to work out for him, but spoiler, it doesn't. But as he's yelling at the bird and reaching for the bird, he feels a, you know, like a body crash into him. He gets tackled to the ground. And in comes Ida talking about some, I know you're heartbroken, but don't do it, man. It's not worth it. This boy really thought that Aoki was finna jump and unalive himself because of him. Aoki's like, definitely wasn't about to do that. The bird stole my sandwich, but, you know, thanks for caring, I guess. Which, by the way, side note, I'm curious if this is just a Japan thing, or if it's just like an anime/manga thing, or if it's just not a thing here where I reside. But, is it common for students to have roof access to school buildings and stuff? Because I see it a lot, but that's not a thing here anyway. But then again, our school buildings aren't two-story either. It's just not something that I would think to do. So Aoki's like, hey, what are you doing up here on the roof anyway? And Ida's like, well, I was thinking about yesterday and how bad you felt, and then I saw you come up here, so I came up here to check on you because I was worried about you. And Aoki's like, oh, it's not a big deal, it's fine, you can leave me alone now, right? And Ida's like, I can't. Huh? I can't leave you alone. I'm sorry, what did you say? What do you mean you can't leave me alone? So Ida hits us with the, I don't know what it feels like to like somebody. What does it mean to be in love? What does it mean to have a crush on somebody? Ever since yesterday, I've been thinking about it a lot. So he asked Aoki to explain the feelings of attraction to him, right? Not to him, but to explain what it means to be attracted to someone, how you should feel. And Aoki's like, you've never had a crush on somebody before? Like, you don't know how this works? Surely you like somebody. Or at the very least, you got a type. Ida said he ain't got no type. I don't got no type. Nah. So they go back and forth with characteristics and whatnot on what they feel like they would be attracted to in a partner. And Ida asks Aoki what he's into. So in Aoki's mind, he's describing Hashimoto to Ida without saying her name. Just, you know, sweet, nice, caring, short brown hair, smiling, happy all the time. Ida thinks that Aoki is describing him because he also has these characteristics, right? And he already has it in his head that oh boy has a crush on him. So Ida's sitting there thinking about it, and he's like, yeah, that makes sense. How do you feel about being friends at first? What? When I tell you Aoki is shook to the core, what just happened? What friends? Why are you trying to be friends? And what do you mean at first? Like, what's going on? What's happening? Aoki starts to backpedal very quickly, and it's like, oh no, it's not a big deal, you don't have to do all that, it's okay, it's fine, don't worry about it, you know, you've already turned me down, you don't need to feel bad about your decision, you know, you like what you like, I like what I like, it's all good, let's just keep it moving. And Ida's like, no, I think I want to reconsider my decision, you know, I want to take back what I said and I want to think about it some more. He goes, I need to give it some more thought, but just wait for me, okay? While I figure out my feeling. When I tell you Aoki is a ride or die friend, because right then and there, I would have told him straight up what was going on, okay? I have no problems holding a secret for a friend. I don't have a problem with what Aoki did up to this moment, but what I'm not finna do, okay, what I am not finna do is get in a fake relationship with somebody, or on the flip side of that, potentially play with somebody's feelings to keep your secret. So I'm sitting here thinking he could tell him about the eraser without throwing Hashimoto in it. That was my thought process. Like, yo, just tell him that it wasn't your eraser. You borrowed it from somebody. Just don't tell him who. You know, he's got it all wrong. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. You know what I'm saying? But no, what's he do? Okay. Like, this can only end in disaster. There is no way that this can end on a good note. There's just no way. In the real world. But let's continue. So the next day at school, Aoki gets cleaning duty because he got in trouble in class, so he had to stay after school and clean up, I guess, the school. Aoki, his friend Akun, Hashimoto, and Ida all end up in the same scene, basically. Ida comes and he's trying to help Aoki out. He's like, oh, I'll take the trash out for you, don't worry about it, buddy, you know, I got you. Aoki freaks out and takes off with the garbage. He's like, I'm good, I got it, don't worry about me, I got it, and just right on out the building with the trash, right? So Hashimoto runs behind and was like, I'll catch up with you guys later, I need to talk to him anyway. So Hashimoto runs after him and, you know, they end up talking about stuff. And then Hashimoto mentions that it is so easy for her to talk to Aoki about everything, but for some reason she just can't bring herself to talk to Ida. So Aoki's like, no, worry about it. If you ever need anything or you just need to vent, you can talk to me anytime. Meanwhile, Ida is trying to talk to Akun to get more information on Aoki so he can get to know him better. So another day, another miscommunication. The kids are in class and they're picking roles and stuff for the upcoming play. Aoki tells Ida that he should sign up for the props and help out with the prop department. Ida thinks that this is because Aoki is also in the props department, so he's like, yeah, I'm totally down. I'll make props with you. In actuality, Aoki is trying to get Ida in the same room as Hashimoto, trying to help our girl out, you know, trying to get them kind of closer together so she can just talk to him. So they're all making props and stuff together, having a grand old time. And Ida's like, man, Aoki, you're pretty funny, dude. Aoki has come to the realization that he's just getting entirely too comfortable with Ida and is like, you know what? You should go help Hashimoto. I got this over here. Go away. Just go. Just get away from me. Hashimoto, old dumb self, is like, huh? I don't need any help over here. What are you talking about? Girl, pay attention. Anyway, Aoki shoos him away and Akun cop blocks this man and is like, I'll help you. He tells Hashimoto like, yo, you don't need to be picking up this heavy stuff. I got it. Ida will help you. We're gonna carry this stuff and you just let us do us and you be the cute little dainty girl that you are and you don't lift a finger. You just gushing over her, right? So Ida and Akun leave with the props and stuff to go put them wherever they're putting them, leaving Hashimoto and Aoki in the room together. So Hashimoto goes over to Aoki. He's like, yo, thanks for what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do. I really appreciate it. Then she's like, how are things going with your crush? And he's like, nowhere fast. So she's like, you know what? You know who I like, but I don't know who you like. Who do you like? You know, are you gonna confess your feelings to her at any point in time and let me know about it? And he really starts freaking out then. He's like, negative, absolutely not. And then here comes a can of paint to save the day because this clumsy fool, Aoki, tips it over and ruins the prop that they were working on previously. And boom, conversation averted because now they need to go fix the prop.
How convenient.
So Ida and Akun have made it back to the classroom. They see what's going on and they volunteer to stay after and help the other two, you know, clean up the prop and get it back to normal. And Aoki's like, oh, Ida, you're gonna miss club. You really don't have to stay. Don't worry about it. We got it. And Ida's like, I skip all the time. What you mean? And he's like, I know you worked really hard on this prop and I would hate for it to get ruined. So I want to help you because I appreciate what you do for us. So all that's said and done, props fixed, they're headed home, right? And Akun, once again coming in with the cop block, is trying to walk Hashimoto home while Aoki is trying to get Ida to walk Hashimoto home so they can have a little, you know, one-on-one action. Doesn't end up that way. Akun goes off with Hashimoto, they walk this way. Ida and Aoki just happen to be walking the same direction. They go that way. So Ida's sitting there thinking Aoki for all of his hard work, and my boy is starting to feel a little hot under the collar, right? He's like, oh, he's complimenting me. Ooh, he's kind of nice after all. Then he's like, wait a minute, I'm not gay. Wait a minute, I like Hashimoto. What's going on here? So now he's having some inner reflection time and he's trying to convince himself that he should only be thinking about Hashimoto. Hashimoto is his crush. He does not like Ida. Yes, he's a nice guy. Yes, he's attractive. Yes, he's very polite, but he doesn't like him. He likes Hashimoto. So then Ida's like, I noticed how much you and Hashimoto have in common. And the more I thought about our conversation earlier about characteristics in people and things that we like, I noticed that she matches your taste down to the T. And Aoki's like, yeah, I guess you're right. You know, you got a point there. So Ida's like, so why are you trying to push her on me then? Aoki doesn't say anything. Ida's like, you two would be great together. You know, you should try to talk to her. You're really a good person even though you don't give yourself credit for it. So, you know, you should sit there and you should think about that. And our little boy gets so misty-eyed. Aoki is just so touched that someone would say something so kind about him. And he starts to get... And Ida's like, yo, you good? So then Aoki, in all of his dramatics, just runs down the street. I'm fine. I'm okay. Is Aoki actually falling for Ida? Maybe. So the day of the play arrives, and by the way, they're doing Cinderella, and wouldn't you know it, Cinderella and the prince are both sick. What are we gonna do? I wonder where this is going. Ida ends up taking the prince's role, obviously, and the class decides that, hey, Hashimoto, you should totally be Cinderella, right? And she's got stage fright. They're like, don't worry about the lines. We got cue cards. We'll walk you through it. We really need a Cinderella, and we need her now. And you're one of the few girls that aren't busy, because, you know, the prop department, once the props are made, what else you got to do come playtime? So Hashimoto is adamant. She's just like, no. Like, she's starting to freak out. You can see that social anxiety kicking in. So what does our boy Aoki do? He stands up for the woman that he loves. And he volunteers his tribute to play Cinderella. So everyone's like, wait. And then, which I just absolutely positively love, everyone's like, hell yeah, let's do it. He tells Ida that he's not doing it because he wants to. He's doing it to help out Hashimoto because he knows that she doesn't want to do it at all. And Ida's like, duh, I was there. I know. That was very sweet of you. I really like that about you. So they get on stage, they do their thing, you know, which is hilarious. I gotta show you this. Do we see that? That's just good comedy right there. I mean, he makes a pretty good Cinderella. I'm not gonna hold you. I think he looks pretty decent, you know? So anyway, they get to the scene where, you know, Cinderella's like, oh no, it's midnight. I gotta get home, before she changes back to regular schmegular Cinderella and loses her slipper. So he's running on stage and his clumsy self trips on the heel and he goes flying. So never fear, because our boy Ida catches him and they have a moment. Oh my god, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Thank you for saving me. And I mean, Aoki is like mad nervous. He's sweating. He's red. And I'm just like, boy, at this point, just admit. You ain't got to admit to the world that you like boys, but you need to just admit to yourself that you are down for some Ida action, okay? But Aoki, being Aoki, panics once again and takes the heel and hits our boy square in the forehead, which I know hurt. I know it hurt. Why are you hitting him? Because he caught you? He's trying to help you out. So he knocks him in the forehead and he just takes off running off stage. Everybody in the crowd thinks this is improv, obviously, so they just are just cutting up. So later on that night, Aoki is laying in bed and he's, you know, recounting the day, the play, the feelings, the moments. And we see him kind of finally come to terms with what's going on. So the next day at school, you know, pictures and videos of the play are circulating. Everybody's sitting around teasing Aoki because he was the princess and he tripped on stage. And they're teasing him because, oh, he must be in love with Ida because he volunteered to be the princess. And Aoki, who is actually struggling with these feelings at this point, like is really trying to do some soul searching, snaps on everybody. It's like, I don't love him. That's not what it was. Like, he just, you know, when people don't want to admit their feelings and they get super offended very quickly when you say something that you know is true and they know is true, but they're not really ready to come to terms with said feelings. It was one of those moments. So everyone's like, yo, it was a joke. Chill out, bro. Like, it's not that deep. And Ida steps in and he's like, no, it's not a joke. It's not funny. Leave him alone. You know, it's not, no. If anything, Aoki took one for the team. There wouldn't be a play without him because y'all wouldn't have had a Cinderella. So instead of laughing at him, y'all need to be up here thanking him. And I mean, low key, I see why everybody likes Ida. He's a good dude. Ida is a stand-up person. So later on that afternoon, Aoki is walking, I'm assuming home, I'm not really sure, and he is so deep in thought. When I say he is so deep in thought, this boy almost gets hit by a bus. Hashimoto just happened to be out and about and saw it happen. So she runs over and asks him if he's okay. He looks like he's been stressing out lately. He's real uptight. Aoki goes, you know what? I can't do this anymore. and he starts crying, and Hashimoto's like, yo, what's going on? And he's like, listen, I'm rooting for you. I really want you to succeed and love, but I've come to terms with the fact that I can't root for your success anymore because I have a crush on Ida too. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Admit your feelings, boo-boo. I am so happy for him. And you know what? Hashimoto is super chill about the whole thing. She's like, oh, you like him too? I totally understand. I mean, now we can talk about him together, you know, but you're my rival. He ha, just, you know, teasing him a little bit. But she's super chill about the whole thing. She's really supportive and is down for the cause. So they're sitting there, you know, reminiscing about how cool Ida is and about how much they like him. And at the same time, they go, yeah, Ida's so cool. You're like, huh? Hashimoto is saying Ida, A-I-D-A, and Aoki is saying Ida, I-D-A. So now everyone's confused. Then we think back to the eraser that had been used. When you erase, as you go on, pieces fall off. So when Aoki got the eraser, it looked like it said Ida because all he saw was the IDA. When the eraser was brand new, it said Ida, A-I-D-A. So I'm like, who the hell is Ida? Apparently, Ida is a coon's, I don't know if it's his last name, I don't know if it's his nickname, I don't know if it's his first name, because I don't remember seeing it anywhere in the volume. It just says a coon, aka Ida, right? So I'm like, oh snaps. Aoki is like, oh snaps. So there's no triangle at all, okay? Hashimoto likes Ida, the one who I called a cop blocker for this entire series, when they actually were crushing on each other, and Aoki now has developed feelings for Ida because of an eraser that never had his name on it in the first place. In my mind, was blown. Maybe I should have seen it coming. I don't read a lot of romances. But I love that. I love that for Aoki, and I hope it works out for him, and we'll find out in volume 2. Now I'm wondering if this is going to be just a straightforward romance series, because I mean, if Hashimoto likes a coon and they're down with it, and Aoki likes Ida, and Ida isn't really too resistant on the idea, he looks like he might be with it, what's gonna happen? Where's it gonna go? I have no idea. I'm thinking the series won't be that long, but I'm definitely intrigued. I am definitely hooked in this thing. I don't know why I didn't see that plot twist coming. I don't know why I didn't. I should have. You know why I didn't? Because I didn't know that the coon had a second name. That's why I didn't. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm not mad. I love it. I'm so excited to read it. Again, you know, this is not, I don't read romance. This is way outside my taste, but I am so invested in these characters. I love how Ida is so sweet. I'm just really glad that Ida is written the way that he's written. I'm glad that his class was so welcoming to him being Cinderella. You know, stuff like that just makes me happy. I was worried about how it was gonna go, but Ida's super cool. Everyone's super cool. I love this school. I love these class of people. You know, Hashimoto was cool with him when they thought that they liked the same person. You know, it's all gravy. Yeah, that was the end of volume 1. I'm definitely waiting for volume 2, which luckily isn't too far away. It's right around the corner. January's right around the corner. But yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if that's something you plan on picking up, and if there's anything that you would like me to review, let me know as well. In the meantime, I will see you in the next episode. Bye.